Good afternoon, Orange County and beyond. I'm Heather Bell, the Director of Membership for the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. I hope this finds you well today. I'm excited today to share with you my guest, who is Gail Smith, an author, life coach, and educator, and CEO of Essentials for Change. Essentials for Change has been Gail's passion for 15 years, and her recent relocation to Orange County, she knew the best way to gain visibility was to join the Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Gail.
Hello, Heather. Thank you for welcoming me on. And I just love Orange County.
Oh, I'm so glad to welcome you. And so, little piece of historic trivia as we were talking when we were discussing membership here and how our paths have crossed. We found out that we knew each other from the Westchester Business Council.
Yes, yes. I think it was under one of the workshops from SCORE,
Yep.
and also there was a huge thing about a group of wannabe business owners that they were teaching us skills about
Yep.
how to begin a business. This is way back.
Yeah. Gail, so let's start. Please share with the viewers exactly what Essentials for Change is.
I'm asked this question all the time, and the most difficult thing for me to do is to pull it together in a short, concise manner, but I'm going to do it again one more time. It's actually a process. It's a process that I present to people to help them deal with the challenges that come up in life. It's using maintenance tools once you do attain a goal to keep that goal, a process of utilizing inspiration, education, and organization. The method really comes out to be unique for each individual person that uses it, and it becomes the basis of creating a new normal for people to move forward. People usually seek me out, or women listen to my podcast, my attend my workshops in the past when we could come out and gather, and they listen to my talks to find out how to deal with the things that are in front of them, the many roles that they play, etc. In combining the process of assessment and application of strategies, clients find support for their personal needs and their business needs.
Wow, that's very interesting. It's very all-encompassing.
Yes.
Definitely helps you dive into areas that might be in a little icky area of life. What brought you to it?
Well, it's funny that you should say little icky areas of life because that's exactly what brought me to it. When my 3 degrees, my extensive experience in teaching and administration, and my leadership and management for not for profit organizations, also the fact that I'm a moral, faithful, good, decent person, were not enough to keep me from hitting the bottom, to keep me from having major chaos to approach. So long story short, illness and the low self-esteem that surfaced because of the illnesses just depleted me of the life that I was used to living. Revelation came to me about combining body, mind, and spirit in order to find solutions. And that's what worked for me. Not working on one thing at a time or one thing separately from what I was doing, but to put it all together. So the results were recovery, not just once during that particular phase of time, but over the years against the many obstacles that I have faced. So when I realized how well this combination worked for me, that's when I started to think about working with other people, first in workshops. That was the initial phase.
That's a great story. Thank you for sharing your journey. Can you share how Essentials for Change has been a change maker for, another individual?
Yes. The biggest exciting part about other individuals that I have worked with, clients, is that they realize some of the things, answers to what they were looking for, was actually inside of them all the time. By developing a sense of self-worth, purpose, and really finding creativity that they never knew that they had. I had I had a client at one point who was just a little bit distressed about which way to go in her job, and all of her interests and so forth. Things were just not coming together. And in the end, she did work through the 6 week process with me. She found that she had creativity for the things that she thought were just little side things. She had a huge interest in music and also in poetry. And so she developed those things into a business, and she became very successful at it. So, and then other women I've seen that have followed my workshops, didn't work with me one to one, but followed workshops, came out to different health things that I did, came to ministry meetings that I had at churches. Over the years, I have seen them grow into more responsive women, able to handle problems more effectively, and also grow in their knowledge of what they have that they really didn't accent before.
That's great. This is such an inspiring conversation for me, because I've seen it from the corporate side and the individual side and the nonprofit side. So thank you, Gail. Let's just break it down a little bit, though, because your services can be provided to a business as well as an individual. So, but to an individual through a business also, and I've seen this done through the human resources departments of corporations. So what services, like, give us an example, so the viewers can relate to it. Like, when you would work with an HR department, how would an HR department employ Essentials for Change to work with, like, well, really to invest in, right, in the growth and the development of their future leaders, maybe?
Well, that would really start with coming together as a group, working with the staff at the HR to help to see how they define their roles in terms of working with the clients. That's the first place that I always start with, working with a business and the interactions that they anticipate when they're working with the clients, because people who are coming in have no idea. They have no focus about how to attain the jobs that they're seeking in terms of maintenance and what they actually bring. But then it's also the other part of what the HR person can instill in them. So I start with assessment all the time and workshops that would appeal to the staff, and then the staff would be empowered to actually work with the clients. So I would not be working with the clients, but with the staff that does interview and work with and assess the clients that come through the door.
Would you also work with, say, somebody in HR that would be responsible for maybe like performance evaluations and maybe 90-day plans and how to help them maybe coach individuals as well?
Well, those are all specific facets that would be would be privy to their brand and to their standard. Where I would come in is helping them to make sure that that standard was reaching the population that they seek to reach. That
Okay.
would be the thing. My services are good for managers and for leaders to kind of assess what they're bringing to the people that they work with. The
Hmm.
stronger the leader is in knowing what they have to give to their organization and how they come across, then the organization is able to thrive on what that person has. I do specifically have a program for a select group of people who almost do some of the same things that I do, which is counselors, life coaches, practitioners, health coaches, and clergy and therapists. And they will be able to find a protocol that they can actually use with their clients by visiting the website. Mhm.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about life coaching because we have a couple minutes. You
Mhm.
and I had talked yesterday about physical coaching and the transition into a healthy lifestyle. Talk about life coaching. What does that exactly look like? Because people hear that and they think, "Oh, I don't need a therapist," but that's not
Mhm.
really therapy, right?
No, no, life coaching is really far from therapy, but it is like a self therapy because what life coaching does is it helps the person to think about things that they think about. And that's the whole focus of the changing the mind. We can never underestimate the power of a changed mind. And actually, the way we think is going to generate the things that we do. And so, with life coaching, I help people to focus on the things that are important to them and to also figure out the actions, not the action itself, but what is behind the action of what they're doing. So I find that some people do run away from life coaching because it's easier to face the known, which the piece is in front of you that you're already doing, than to face the unknown, which is behind who you really are. But it's in finding who you really are that really propels you forward in life. Now, this crisis that we're in, the pandemic that we're in, is a good example about people needing to refocus and to learn how to create a new normal. And so that's why life coaching at this time can be a tremendous asset to people who feel that they have no alternatives, that they have no choices, that they have no plan, they have no idea of which way to go. And then a lot of people, and I've had this to happen just recently, have found that the pandemic has presented them with huge opportunities. And then it's to focus on what's the priority and how do I manage larger investments? How do I manage that the position of having so many more clients? So it does swing both ways. And
I
being
know
a
a lot of
person,
people have really taken this time to reflect
yeah,
on where they
exactly.
are, what they're doing, what their mission in life is going to be. A lot of emotional intelligence has come into play right now, and they're watching their triggers, and it's a good time. People are a lot of people are looking at it as, okay, let me make a positive out of this. I know a lot of people that have started their own businesses out of it. So, you
Yes,
know, I
exactly.
say kudos to those that have put a positive spin on what could have been a negative time in their life. So, and thank you for all that you do to help people get to that point in their journey. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
So,
I
Gail,
sometimes
you
I
know,
sometimes feel like Essentials for Change is a secret weapon to empower people.
it is. It is. It's very empowering. And, sitting on the board for the Women's Empowerment Institute, a lot of what you're saying is, what we work with women and young girls on often. So, hopefully this is being generationalized. I can't even say the word all the way up. And, it's something that we're getting there. I know that you're passionate about helping others and, identifying their strengths and their resilience and empowering them. Are there any webinars or upcoming events that you'd like to share with us?
Yes, on October 17th at 3 p.m., I'm doing a Zoom, and it is called Lifestyle. It's in the area of lifestyle mindfulness, and the title is Women's Health Mind Tools Webinar. And we have a a panel of professional women that are going to speak about the different various tools that apply to our minds to help us during this time and always, leading us towards health.
That's wonderful. And that was shared in the members, supporting members email that just went out. It goes out every Wednesday. So that information you can find to sign up for Gail's webinar in today's members supporting members email. And if you're not getting that email, please contact me at heatherb@orangeny.com, and we'll make sure that you get on that email list. Gail, I can't thank you enough. I look forward to spending my birthday with you on that webinar. And people can contact you at the information that's being popped up on the screen. And we thank Casey in the background for sharing that with us. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
No, just be mindful of what you're doing. Everyone is in the same boat here, and we just have to draw on that inner spirit to guide us forward.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Gail. I appreciate you joining us today. And thank you to everybody that watched, and share this out with your friends. And thank you to all of our members and to our corporate partners for continuing to support us and allowing us to help you grow your business and make referrals and network with you. For your dedication and commitment to the mission of the Chamber, I would encourage you to check out the schedule of events that are on the Facebook page calendar, as well as the orangeny.com events page. We have a lot going on. There's a lot more Meet the Members. We're excited to share all of our members with you. There are more master classes coming up, ribbon cuttings, breakfasts, and we're going to be pivoting some of our events into other platforms. So keep an eye on what we're doing, and we look forward to continuing to support you. And thank you so much for joining us today and for joining Gail Smith with Essentials for Change.